This is a basic overview of how to prepare a vehicle for engine startup for some of the activities that you're going to be doing in the shop. So the very first thing you have to do when you know you have to run a vehicle is you're going to check the engine oil. You're going to check the level on the dipstick. So make sure when you check that, it's hard to do this by yourself, you're going to pull it out, and of course you're going to use the other hand and wipe it off, put it back in. And when you pull it out, hold it horizontal so you get an accurate reading. Okay, and make sure it's on the full line. So there we go, it's right on the full line, so we're good there. So this is all right for startup in terms of oil level. You don't want to run the engine without oil in it. Next, make sure that the battery is hooked up. And I told you, always hook the negative last. So we can always leave the positive on. As long as one cable is always unhooked when you're done, then it can be left that way. But we're going to start it up. So we put the one cable, we put the negative on, make sure it's on there, good. All right. Then we have to make sure the exhaust system is hooked up. So we go back to the back. No one's using this vehicle right now, so we're going to use this exhaust hose and put it onto our exhaust of this van. So we're just going to bring this around. We're going to put that on there. We're going to make sure that's on there really good, and then we're going to connect the two hoses here. All right, so they're connected and going a long ways into the ground, the in-ground exhaust system. I'm going to make sure that stays on there, so that is connected. Next, I have to make sure that the exhaust ventilation system is turned on, so I come back here, hit the start button, and that turns on the big fan that you can hear right now that is right up there. So what happens when the engine's running, the exhaust comes through here into the ground. There are passageways in the ground that lead to this big central pipe. It goes up into the suction fan and gets pushed out the ceiling. All right, so we got that on. We need a key, so we gotta make sure we get the key. All the keys are over here. Make sure when you're done with the key, it is not left in the vehicle. This is the 97 Ford Windstar van, so find the one that says that. There we go. There's also a 2002 Ford Windstar van, so make sure you use the right one. So, I checked the oil level. I put on the exhaust pipe. I turned on the exhaust fan. I'm then going to make a quick look and make sure nothing's in the way. See, I shouldn't have this rag here. So let's move that onto a bench. All right. Nothing is in the way of the belt that's going to spin. Nothing is in the way of the fans. I don't see, it looks like anything's loose or been taken apart here. So it looks good to me. And if you were a student, what you also had to do is say, hey, Mr. Brennan, we're ready to start this thing. Did you check the oil level? Yep. Did you turn on the exhaust fan? I hear that going. Yep. You got the pipe on? Yep. Okay, as far as I know, there's nothing else that's stopping you, so go for it. Okay. So, when we come inside, you'll see the signs. Never start without permission. Check the oil level. Hook up and secure the exhaust hoses, turn on the exhaust fan, make sure the engine bay is clear, make sure the vehicle is in park, and engage the parking brake. So, brake is on, all right, and it's in park. They're down there. Key. All right, I'm going to make sure no one is around the vehicle and no one's in the engine bay. Okay, I'm starting it. Stay out of the way. Stay out of the way of the engine bay. All right, and let's try again. There we go. Okay, so it's running. So while the engine's running, make sure nothing gets in the way of the belts and the fan, and come back here and double check that this is secured and didn't fall off. And that is everything to do with starting the vehicle. When you're done running the vehicle, shut her off. Okay, unhook the battery. Come on, focus camera. Unhook the battery, make sure it's undone, and take that key and make sure it gets hung back up. There we go.